many of whom voted for President Trump. 6 weeks into the presidency, we wanted to hear what they think about how it's going, what they make of the recent controversy swirling around the president. Here's what Gary found.
At the Phoenix Bat Company in Plain City, Ohio, they make baseball bats big league. Literally for the big leagues, and the minor leagues, and for others. It's a small business where most of the employees say they voted for Donald Trump. And on deck, some of those employees.
The first 100 days of a presidency are an important barometer of how the presidency will turn out. This weekend, Donald Trump is precisely at the halfway point, 50 days. How do you think he's doing so far? Are you happy with it?
He's making a lot of progress. He's fulfilling a lot of his campaign promises, so I'm encouraged that he's following through when most politicians don't.
Well, I feel like that probably the Republicans in Congress aren't real happy because now they have to do something. They've got a president from their own party that's pretty driven to get his agenda, and you know, they've been making excuses for years that they couldn't do it, and I think they're going to have to put up now.
This weekend, on Saturday, Donald Trump tweeted, "How low is President Obama going to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon Watergate. Bad or sick guy."
My initial reaction was, look, this guy gets access to intelligence that you or I don't get. And if you're going to throw out that big a hand grenade, I'm pretty confident that you've got information that leads you to do that.
Donald Trump has said this. Nothing else has come out. There's no evidence of it. Does that trouble you?
It troubles me that he's still on Twitter and putting this stuff out there at all sorts of hours early in the morning and everything, and without any substantial evidence that I know of.
Do you think he uses Twitter to distract from other issues that he doesn't want people talking about?
I think every great politician uses anything they can to distract from the real issues at any given point in time.
We then shifted the conversation to Obamacare and Donald Trump's lack of specificity from the campaign to this day about what he'd like to see in a replacement.
He didn't come out and say during his campaign with anything specific. He still won. So he's the president. Now he's got to work with both the Republicans and Democrats. The Republicans need to get off their rear ends and do something. He can't do it all by himself.
Regarding Obamacare, Congressman Chavez was on TV today. He said that he believes in self-reliance, but he said something earlier that he acknowledged wasn't said smoothly, but I want you to look at it.
We're getting rid of those things that people said that they don't want. And you know what? Americans have choices, and they've got to make a choice. And so maybe rather than getting that new iPhone that they just love and they want to go spend hundreds of dollars on that, maybe they should invest it in their own health care.
He's just saying the truth, unfortunately, and it's going to take, you know, people are going to be offended by it.
If we're talking about self-reliance, I mean, I'm for it. I had to.
I think he was categorizing a whole group of people in one category where he really shouldn't have.
When it comes to President Trump, all these men acknowledge there have been rough spots as his term has gotten underway, but share these sentiments.
I think he's accomplished a lot in a short period of time, and it's refreshing. And I'm refreshed by the idea that he is not beholden to special interest groups. That's what excites me.
These bat makers, Anderson, are loyal to Donald Trump, but not blindly loyal. They say he has to continue to earn their loyalty by keeping his promises, particularly about jobs and trade. Gerald, the man we talked to, is in the upper right corner of the screen. He says he used to work for another factory in Ohio. That factory moved to Mexico, and he lost his job. He's happy working at the baseball bat factory, but feels that Donald Trump must keep his promises about jobs not going to Mexico. Anderson?
Gary, thanks very much, and thanks to everybody who took their time to talk to you. Just